How do you do? Just a word of friendly warning. I think it will thrill you. It may shock you. It might even horrify you. So if any of you feel that you do not care to subject your nerves to such a strain, now is your chance to, well, we've warned you.
Yous guys.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to Night of the Living podcast.
Yep.
I'm Amy. That's a dog barking. I got Andy here.
Hi.
Don't forget about me, I'm a dog.
Oh my god, it started talking.
I got Louis.
Hi,
He's
guys.
a real dog.
I've got Louis, who could ask for anything more.
And we've got Freddy.
Hey.
The Broadway diva, Freddy Morris.
Such a diva. Welcome, everybody. We're deep in the heart of Hispanic Heritage Month.
Clap, 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 clap.
Yeah, I hit my microphone in the
You
middle
sure
of that.
did.
I got too excited.
And we're here to talk about the dead one today, and I'm going to talk about Terrifier. But first, banter! Let's banter about Cincinnati's mass shooting.
Oh,
Yay, finally.
Yeah, Fox News wasn't talking about it because it wasn't by Muslim.
yeah.
What happened?
I don't know. Crazy guy walked into the lobby. Freddy, what are you doing?
I was sending a lens to our patrons.
Yeah, it's real loud.
It is loud.
Guy walked into the lobby of the Fifth Third Center downtown and shot it up, and it was really horrifying because that's a place that Freddy was just at the day before.
I was in the exact spot the shooting happened 24 hours before it happened.
Just like you're supposed to be on the flight 9/11.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of that same feeling where, and then I saw the video online and you could see the shattered security barrier, and it was the same exact one I went through that day. It was really eerie.
You know, not to make it about us, but that is something it's the closest mass shooting to my life.
Yeah.
And it was just really, really scary.
What is considered a mass shooting?
Any more than two, right? Or more
Is
than
it?
one?
And I think it's like 5 or more.
5 or more is your rule of thumb?
Well, we had 5.
Yeah, thanks for getting it situated for us, Columbine.
Yeah.
Thanks for defining that.
Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah. It's just
Well, you guys have had mass shootings. I've not gone to see where we had mass bombing, so
that's true.
It could be worse, I
We
guess.
all got our masses.
Yeah,
Yeah, come on, Cincinnati, step up your tragedy game.
right.
Well, we had riots and stuff.
Yeah, I'm all for less tragedies.
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. That'd be
Much preferred. Preferred.
What, did they say why did the guy commit suicide or did he get caught? Or?
No, the police killed him.
They shot him through the fucking window, man. It's actually kind of a badass video and horrifying at the same time, but
Yeah,
good on the CPD.
They were. CPD really knocked it out. Yeah, I'm sorry, Louis. What?
Did you leave notes or video or anything of why he did it?
No, and that's kind of the weird thing. I think they're still looking into it. They had like an investigation happening at the same time at his apartment.
I think they just assume he's schizophrenic because...
Well, it sounds like he was a schizophrenic based upon he thought he was being monitored through his electronics and everything. So it's a case of mental illness and guns, which is what it always seems to be. But it hit real close to home, including people that do work with the same company I do, and
Did you know anybody who got shot?
Luckily, not directly. I did have a friend who she was in the elevator, and when the doors opened, she actually saw one of the bodies, and I talked to her while it was going on. It was really bad. It was really, and I think that's probably going to stay with her the rest of her life. I had other friends that were down there, so it was real close to home. I'm glad that it was contained somewhat.
Is this giving you like a new lease on life? Like, you know what? I want to quit the bank, go and build a boat, and sail all over.
Yeah,
I'm being serious.
No, what's funny is like there was a time when and I don't ever really talk about my life outside of the podcast professionally, on here, but I feel like it actually that place really does mean a lot to me over the years. I've been with that company about almost 20 years, and And there was a time in my life when I was part of a takeover bank robbery. As a victim, not a perpetrator. The way I said that. And I went through therapy after that just to kind of deal with, because you do get like a little bit of a touch of like post-traumatic stress disorder from that, which is nothing compared to what the people who were down at Fifth Third Center dealt with on Thursday.
Yeah,
but right? still, it's something that happened to you, you know.
Right?
You can't play that at all. Well, I just turned up 40 on Friday. I can't get it in my head. Like we're old now, you know.
Yeah.
We're near middle age. Some of us are middle age.
Yeah.
And it's like we can say, like, you know, 20. You've been in that place for 20 years.
Yeah.
Is that crazy to think about? You've been there 20 years, 40, and you've been there
half my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy because it was never the plan.
All right, we're back.
I was just saying before the computer decided to die that I didn't plan on it being a career. I always had aspirations of doing something creative full time, but as I became like part of that family, it was a very small company when I started working there, and I've watched it grow, and you get to know people because they spread out. You know, the people who started there, who stuck with it, have spread out to other divisions and everything. So something like that really affects everybody, especially the long-term people, because everybody knows somebody who was down there when it happened. So like I was saying before, the whole therapy thing I went through is what made me decide. He was like, well, if you don't feel safe, just change careers and do something you feel safe doing. And I was like, you know what, though? I feel like I felt at home at that company, and I was like, I'm just going to double down. I mean, like, I know it can be a dangerous job to work in a bank just from the robbery standpoint and just dealing with the public. You never know what can happen. But you do, like, you get really attached to people. There's a lot of good people that work there that have become really good friends of mine. And some of them,
I think it's really good and really responsible of you to recognize that, because people are still trying to, you know, plug away at 40, you know, and will never ever get what they want, you know. And he's very responsible of you, and it's very good of you to, like, know that this is what you want, you know, that this is what your lot in life is, and you're willing to take it, you know.
Right, yeah, and it allows me to do things like this podcast.
Right.
And some people who work for that company have been on this podcast and other podcasts that we do, just because, you know, you find people that you connect with over movies and pop culture and stuff when you're at your day job. Yeah. So it was just one of those things that made it very real, the whole problem.
Good on you, sir.
Well, thanks, Louis.
You're the best, babe.
But bad on that guy who shot the bank out.
Yeah, well, he's dead, so.
Big bad to that motherfucker.
Yeah. I mean, it's sad, too, in a way that anybody can get to the point where they're that far gone that, and that nobody has intervened, and they get to the point where they can get a firearm.
Well, you know, it's like we live in a country that hands out guns and has no health care for mentally handicapped people, so.
Right.
Sadly, this is what people understand is going to be like living in America. The more these people get older, you know, we don't have the help they need and have guns available to them any time.
Yeah,
that's like, if you want to live in a country like that, you know, well, here's the bet, you lie in it, you know. Yeah,
that's the consequence of neglecting certain aspects of society, because, you know, they're the people that really aren't part of the cogs and the things that make society move along and make the economy move along. Sometimes we forget that they're out there and they really need some help. You know, they just kind of get forgotten about. But you keep hearing that over and over again. Nobody seems to do anything about it. So, what do we do?
I don't know.
That's the heaviest opening we've done in a long time.
I don't think this show is equipped to answer those questions.
No, well, our whole thing is the world's ugly, so try to spend time doing what you love with people you love.
Yeah, I'm more of a dick joke type person, so if you guys need that,
do you have a dick joke
here for you
right now?
Amy has one.
I have a dick joke.
Oh, tell us.
Not really. I just caught a guy masturbating in his car on the way to work the other day.
I'm sorry.
Well, I didn't see anybody around there, so I thought it was okay.
Yeah. Zow. Yeah, I totally caught a dude jerking off in his car. We were sitting in traffic for a really long time, and I just happened to look over, and there's his penis.
Mm-hmm.
So that happened.
Was he in the middle or did he finish?
I mean, I didn't look long enough, but
the police shot him before he could do too much damage.
Well, he was a black man, so that was pretty horrifying, and I hope to never see it again. And I called Freddy immediately after it happened, and I was like, "What do I do?"
It was funny because my response to her telling me, she was like, "Okay, I was stuck in traffic. I look over and this guy is jerking off." Is at first I'm like, "We'll call the police."
Is that a crime?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah.
In your car.
I mean, it is his personal property.
It depends on how tinted your windows are, I guess.
They were not.
Clearly not.
See, if like someone I love called me and told me that, I would say Pixar didn't happen.
True.
Yeah, Amy, you should did it for the Vine.
You could have publicly shamed him.
You should have did it for the gram.
Did it for the gram. Oh well.
And then there was part of me that was like, is this? It's the over neurotic part of our brains now, I think, where we're like, well, I guess it's his right if he wants to jerk off in his car, but then you're like, but people, then he's invading your sense of well-being.
Where was he, near school or a church or a hospital or anything?
A college.
Well, it was close to a church that's off the exit.
But you're on the highway, correct?
We were just off the exit. Yeah, we were waiting.
Fine.
He's fine. The thing is, it's like, how long was he doing it? And like, we were in stop and go traffic for a while because there was construction. But it's like, were you like flying down the highway with your hand on your penis?
Sounds like he was in stop and go traffic for a while.
So you got to wonder, what was he listening to on the radio? What do you think?
Something good.
Benatar?
Enya.
I like to think he was listening to I Believe in Life After Love by Cher.
Maybe he was listening to a erotic book on tape.
Oh, yeah, like Madonna's sex book?
Sure.
I like my vagina.
And it's Do You Believe?
Do you believe?
Amy, when you got to work, did you go home and did you run to the bathroom quick and rub one out?
Did I what?
When you got to work,
right?
Did you run to the bathroom quick and rub one out? Thinking about his.
No, I had to run immediately into a meeting, and I just remember sitting in that meeting going, "Do I tell anybody?"
Yeah.
I would have told her.
Do I tell him?
I would have said, "Stop the meeting."
Hey everybody, I brought donuts, and guess what? we had just watched the Seinfeld where the guy takes it out too.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was having an Elaine moment, but what are you gonna do?
And Amy's like, real life is nothing like Seinfeld, and then she's like, he took it out.
And she was wearing a puppy shirt at the same time.
Yeah.
Eating a Mackinac peach. But anyway, that was my week.
I like Lewis's reasoning. Did it make you want to rub one out? It's not like a yawn.
It's contagious. You know when you walk into a room and you ejaculate and then everybody else ejaculates?
That might be somebody's thing. Certainly wasn't mine.
You're standing in line and at the ATM and you ejaculate and the guy in front of you says, hey now, that's catching. I got to work today.
I mean, would it have been different if it happened on the way home? The only reason you didn't do it is because you're on the way to work.
Yeah,
right?
that's what. Yeah, sure. Mm-hmm. No,
because you got class.
I'm a classy bitch.
Mm-hmm. She is.
Patrons, there's a discussion out there of The Nun.
Yeah.
Louis joined us for that. We talked about that the other day. Went and saw it Thursday night as a life-affirming thing for Freddy. And it was, well, just listen.
It affirmed my life.
Yeah.
Maybe want to go on.
Get thee.
Yeah. It was fun. We will have a night of the comic again eventually, but Marvel apparently are slave drivers to Dave. So isn't it funny that a giant comic book company is keeping our comic book podcast from being on schedule?
Crazy. The irony.
Isn't it ironic?
Don't you think?
Yeah.
Don't you mean ironic?
It's ironic.
Ironic.
Yeah.
Ironic.
Okay.
Graphic designer turns 38.
So,
he works for Marvel now.
Patreon.com/NOTLP if you're into that sort of thing. Anything else to announce? Anything fun?
Anything fun? Louis is shaking his head no.
No.
Life is grim. Life is very grim.
Oh, I saw on Horror Hound we're getting one of the Hobbits.
Yeah, we are getting a Hobbit.
Yeah.
At the Cincinnati Horror Hound in March?
Yeah.
Which Hobbit?
Your favorite?
Pippin?
Yeah.
Mary.
I can't remember which one.
The one that was on Lost or
No,
not?
the other one.
Oh, then that's not my
The
favorite.
other Hobbit.
It's one of the lower tier Hobbits.
The one that has nothing to do with horror movies?
Oh, I think he does, probably, right? Yeah.
Nathan's usually good about booking.
Yeah.
With some
I think
tangential.
he does. I think he does.
I don't know. It's okay. You don't have to look it up, babe.
It's Billy Boyd. He was also in Seed of Chucky. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Very much.
He was in one horror film. Fits the requisite.
Hey, that's all you need.
Yeah.
Gets butts in the seats, and that's all that matters. So if you're into Billy Boyd.
Was in Mother May I Sleep with Danger on the Lifetime Network.
I bet he's great.
Yeah, he seems like a...
I love him. He's adorable.
Yeah, we were only one horror movie, and we show up at every Horror Hound, so that's our cred.
That's true. You guys were in the one.
Just one. Our names were in another one, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We were the crazy people in the psychiatric wards files in the Garden of Eden.
I saw you guys at The Strangers.
Did you see it? What did you think?
Really quick. It was really quick, but I saw it.
Yeah, it was real quick. If you blink, you miss it.
Diner scene.
Can you tell all three of us were masturbating?
I feel like it was a weird, director choice for us to masturbate.
But he's the director, so you do it or you don't get paid.
Yeah,
that's right.
And we didn't.
We didn't get our soft serve. They promised. We were going to work for soft serve, and we never got it.
Yes,
we're going to keep going on about that.
The listeners love hearing that story.
20 years from now.
20 years from now, when I'm in my car in traffic.
What if everybody develops a really rare? The people who did get the soft serve develop a really rare form of cancer 20 years from now, and we're the only ones that survive.
You know what? Andy brings up a good point. But, out of all your listeners, you got thousands of listeners. There's got to be at least one person out of all your listeners who masturbates while listening to this show.
Oh, yeah, probably.
I think it's flattering if they do.
I don't care what you do in your own home.
Yeah.
Once you
probably someone's going to work right now, driving to work. Amy's right beside him in the car next to him. They're probably just whacking away.
To the Ginger Dead Man episode?
God, I hope so.
Oh, Gary Busey.
Speaking of, we just put out the Origins episode where we talked about...
what was that one?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre,
the
the
beginning. Yeah.
And some other things. So that's also out there for patrons. So
Arlie Ermy, rest in peace, you weirdo. I smell bullshit. Remember him?
Oh, yes. He was my father.
Okay.
Did your mother have any children that lived?
You got him.
My trick makes it me laugh weird now. It looks like a creepy little child. Mommy, can we play with toys later?
I have a reflux.
Okay.
I like how you talk through it. I have reflux.
Yeah, I was just like, if you hear me vomit,
then we're all gonna vomit.
Yeah, got milk bubble in your throat.
Yeah. If I vomit, then everybody starts masturbating. And yawning.
Yeah, this is what the listeners love. They're going to jerk off to this, like Louis said.
Yawn and masturbate.
If that's your thing, that's weird. But
yeah.
Well, I can't say I never jerked off in a car, so.
In cars.
But I didn't do it in view of people.
Right.
Yeah.
Here in my car, I yank on my schwanz. I yank on my schwanz while onlookers look on in my car. Woo!
All right. Well, I think we got the banter done. Anybody?
I've checked off everything. We've made dick jokes, vomit jokes, talked about a tragedy.
I
think we're good.
Yeah.
That's we ran the whole spectrum, didn't we?
We try. All right. We'll be right back.
Hello, boys and girls. It's time for Straight-to-Video Russian Roulette.
Welcome back, everybody. How are you? How was your break? Was it good?
I still have reflux.
Oh. I watched a movie called Terrifier. It's on Netflix. It's actually
Terrifier. Cracking skulls, Terrifier.
It's a sequel, actually.
Kind of.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't watch All Hallows Eve.
Yeah, the character of Art the Clown premiered in All Hallows Eve in one of the stories.
All right. So yes, Art the Clown. That's the guy. So Terrifier's like a slasher.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not gonna spoil anything because I actually really had a lot of fun with this movie. Low budget.
Yeah.
Goofy.
They use
silly.
a font called the Massacre font.
Oh my god.
That I use frequently for different kinds of show artwork and stuff. But all of their opening credits and all of their trailers and everything use this font, which is available free to you if you want to use it. Massacre font.
Okay.
Massacre font.
So you got a couple of ladies. It's clearly Halloweenish time.
Yeah, there's a sexy scarecrow, right?
Yeah, sexy scarecrow and a sexy skeleton.
Uh-huh.
And it's the end of the night. They're little drunky drunks. And they realize they can't drive, so they're gonna go eat some pizza at the local.
Yeah.
Sure, you gotta
have a little slice to sober up.
You gotta soak up the booze. And they end up at this little pizzeria that's open late, and Art the Clown joins them. And he's a really creepy looking. That's good fun.
It's a great makeup.
Yeah.
Because they not only is it just a clown makeup, they've added some prosthetic cheekbones and a prosthetic chin that make him look really monstrous in a kind of subtle way. And he has these really creepy teeth.
Yeah.
You're going to talk about the cold open?
Let me ask you this first.
Yeah.
Was the pizzeria owned by a stereotypical Italian named Luigi?
Pretty much.
I don't know. I think wasn't somebody Mario or something?
I think his name was something like that, but
they were very Italian.
It was
New York or Jersey.
This felt like something. This movie feels like something that was filmed on the Jersey Shore during like a school break.
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
but I mean that lovingly.
But it's good. But it's actually really good. But but at the same time, it feels like, remember in The Sopranos where they were going to start financing horror films, and and he has the idea. He's like, oh, it's going to be this horror movie where people are found in a dumpster or something. This is like the movie that the Sopranos people made. It's what it feels like.
Maybe it is.
It could be.
OMG. And so Art the Clown creeps them out. These ladies, and it's just real weird, and he creeps out the pizzeria owner, kicks him out, and oh my god, what's going on? And then the girls realize that their tires are flat and they can't actually drive now, so they have to call the sister. So they're waiting for the sister to come pick them up. The one needs to pee. They end up in an abandoned building that's being fumigated. She's like, can I pee in here? And the guy's like, well, I'm about to bomb the place, but sure, go ahead. And then all hell breaks loose with Art the Clown. And it's gory. It's silly.
It's really brutal.
There's a couple of, the one kill I can think of, I would love to talk about, but I'm not going to spoil it because I think it was super fun and terrible and very improbable. Our bones don't work like that.
There's some great over the top kills and also a moment that is like disgusting, terrifying, and hilarious all at the same time. That, I mean, for a movie on the resources they had, what they pulled off with some of the moments in this movie are really great.
Yes.
And it does some surprising things in a slasher film you don't normally expect to see happen.
Right.
Stuff that you always kind of go, well, why doesn't blank just happen, right? Mm-hmm. And it does. In this movie, it does.
Yeah.
So is it like a comedy?
No, but there's
pretty straightforward slasher.
It's a straightforward slasher, but there's some comedic moments.
Art the Clown is funny because it's all mime work. He doesn't speak. And the mime work he does is really good. And it plays as really funny from, you're sitting at home watching it plays as funny. But it's actually, if you stew on it, it's pretty scary because, it's only funny in that it's so absurd. But then you're like, well, no, this could theoretically really happen.
Yeah.
Except for the one thing Amy was talking about.
That can't happen.
Like he smears shit all over the pizzeria bathroom too, which could really happen.
That's what got him kicked out.
Yeah. That happens in millions of pizzerias in America every day.
Yeah, it happens in pizzerias all the time.
He had shit all over his white gloves.
Yeah, that was funny.
Was funny.
Is it done in a gross way or funny way?
Gross and funny.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't go for jokes. There's not a moment in this movie where I feel like they're really going for a joke.
Right.
But
let me ask you, can we tell people that they want to watch it? I want to hear what this death scene is. So can you tell to stop listening, go watch the movie.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Okay, I want to hear what the death scene is. It's so amazing, gross, funny, whatever.
Here's what we're going to do, Louis. We're going to take 5 minutes to talk about spoiler stuff that are cool things we thought were cool from the movie. So if you're listening, this is on Netflix. You can watch Terrifier if you have Netflix. But 5 minutes, and I'll keep time to make sure we don't go over 5 minutes with spoiler stuff. Amy?
So one of the girls gets hung upside down by the clown. And it's funny because she's completely naked except for a pair of underwear and her tits hang funny. And it's just funny because your boobs would look funny when you are hung upside down. And then he tears her underwear off.
In a real theatrical way.
And then saws her in half, starting with the vagina.
He cuts her completely in half from the vagina through her head.
Through her head, which is
so she's
not
actually split
with hacksaw.
So she's actually split in half.
Yeah. It's very similar. Have you seen Bone Tomahawk?
Yeah.
Do you remember that sequence?
Yeah.
It's real similar to that.
But it's like this rusty ass saw would not make it through the pelvis.
Oh.
And the skull.
Maybe she has brittle bones.
She could have, maybe she's on Boniva.
Mm-hmm. She's a young lady.
The other really cool
it's
thing
genetic sometimes
is in the third act of the movie when this is when the sister turns up, right?
Yeah.
That Art the Clown has cut this woman's breasts off and he's wearing them as false breasts. And Louis is laughing.
He's doing a Buffalo Bill dance.
He's got his dick tucked in and he's completely naked except for his clown shoes. And he's kind of just walking real funny through the building with these clown shoes on and this woman, in
a wig.
You're laughing, but it's so horrific too. Oh yeah, he had a wig on too.
Really fucking creepy too.
It was really it's an image you'll never get out of your mind.
That was very comedic to me.
It was comedic, but it was horrifying. It was.
How do you attach the breasts?
You have to see.
He wore it like
you
a
should
bib.
watch this, Andy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he had skin flaps with the.
Yeah, he wore it was like a vest.
I don't know.
A breast vest.
The best vest is a breast vest.
But yeah, it's really something. We still have a little time in spoiler territory here. There's a moment, in every slasher film where you're like, why doesn't this slasher just shoot somebody? It'd be more convenient.
He fucking pulls a gun out and starts shooting. It's so weird.
When he needs a gun, he pulls a gun out and starts shooting. Yeah,
is it one of those comedic clown guns that says bang?
Oh no, they never go for jokes. That's the thing. Remember they did that in Killer Clowns, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything that Killer Clowns does, where they're clearly going for a joke, this movie kind of zigs where that one zags, and it goes for what the character Art the Clown thinks is a joke, but it's so depraved and horrifying that you may laugh just because, again, it's so over the top and outrageous what he's doing.
And he's a clown too, right?
And because he's a clown, but at the same time, it's really unsettling in the way Texas Chainsaw Massacre is unsettling. So I think this is a really hell of a good slasher movie.
Yeah, I think it's it's for streaming, there's so little out there, I would say, watch this. It was fun.
Can't really be a slasher though. He pulls his gun out and shoots someone.
Well, that's what he spends most of the movie slashing.
Yeah, there's lots of slashing, hammers to faces.
Would you call it a banger? If it was a movie where the killer just shoots. There is a movie about it's like a slasher, but it's about a sniper. It's called Downrange. Have you heard of this?
No.
Yeah, and it's essentially teenagers stranded on a road being stalked by a sniper instead of a slasher. It's supposed to be pretty good. It's on Shudder right now. But
on Chowder?
It's on Shudder.
Oh, it's on Chowder right now.
Yeah, I don't get Chowder.
Chowder.
Those are all movies that feature milk.
Welcome
Drag Queen?
Yeah.
Oh.
Welcome to New England's own Chowder channel.
Chowder. All films featuring dairy filmed in New England.
I don't know that we needed all 5 minutes.
No, we really didn't. We're back a minute early. So we're out of spoiler territory. Yeah. If you're with us again, we're not spoiling
it's
anymore.
It's like we gained time.
Yeah.
We got to look at this time-space continuum. That's awesome.
I do need to go back and watch the All Hallows Eve so I can get a little... Because there's a little stinger at the beginning that I think is referencing...
Well, no, because remember... See, this is spoilery again. That's what I was going to say.
Never mind. We're fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah. There's a stinger, a cold open, whatever you want to call it.
It's a cold open. That was fun.
Yeah.
Don't say anything.
but
because we're out of spoilers, and I don't want.
We're out of spoiler zone. But
that's
watch
not
it.
Fair.
If you're a horror fan, if you like slasher movies,
Hey, whose review is this?
I've hijacked it.
I know.
We're taking this review to Fiji.
The men are taking it back from the women.
Yeah, we're tired of it.
Hashtag not all men.
Hashtag men's rights.
I'm sorry, Amy. I didn't mean
I'm
to do
fucking
that.
with you. I don't care. Say what you were gonna say.
I feel like I'm speaking for you.
Well, actually,
because I think we agree.
No, we agree. Yeah, we were having a shit ton of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's rare that I, watch one of these movies with you and enjoy it.
I know.
The roulette movies are usually pretty terrible. Because it's like a punishment. Like, we live in a small house, so if one of us has to watch a roulette movie, the other one kind of is stuck around close to it.
It's true.
Whether you want to see it or not. But this was a joy.
Oh, kind of like Amy's masturbatory friend.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. It's kind of the same thing.
Just like my friend.
Whether you want
the
to see it or
masturbator.
not.
Great. All right.
It's actually the sequel to Terrifier. Masturbator.
Yeah. Masturbator.
My friend Masturbator.
I barely know a fire.
Okay. I've got a movie gun.
Uh-huh.
It's got a movie bullet in it.
Okay.
Ooh. After this weekend.
I know.
I don't like this anymore.
We should change it to a stabbing.
I find that more terrifying, actually.
How
I'd rather
about
be shot than stabbed.
a poisoning.
Ooh, random poison.
Change to everybody gets hugs, but the loser gets a kiss.
Aww.
Well, I don't have time to change the sound effects, but pretend like the clicking and the banging is. I poisoned these 4 glasses.
In like 3 hours from now, we'll know who has the movie because they're going to be vomiting.
Yeah. And then we'll all be vomiting.
Don't you want the antidote, Dr. Jones?
Kelly's up first. He drank his poison and he lived. Andy, would you like to drink your poison?
Sure.
There's going to be a mass poisoning now.
Oh, no.
Oh, he's going to have vomit.
That's some loud poison.
Soon.
Yeah. That's the sound of you taking a shit later.
He's going to have diarrhea. Night World.
Well, I have that all the time anyway, so I'm poisoned all the time.
Yeah.
Night World.
Come into the night world.
A former LAPD officer takes a job as a security chief at an old apartment complex in Bulgaria, where he's tormented by inexplicable events. Have we watched this before?
I don't think so.
Robert Englund? Jason London?
Sounds kind of familiar.
Yeah, because
Never mind.
He said because Kelly was saying I don't like this London brother or something.
Yeah,
like that's a weird thing not to
Broke into a Bulgarian apartment.
All right, ignore that. We're gonna do this instead. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Rewind.
Is your purple nipple wet yet? Since Mike's not here.
The Lodgers. Twin siblings live under a curse in their ancestral home, but one of them is tempted to defy house rules, angering the spirits, keeping them hostage. The Lodgers.
Is that Netflix?
Yep.
I'll watch it with you, Andy, if you want. It sounds good.
Hey, there you go.
It will be like the Freddy and Amy of the next show.
You should Skype with them. You guys could watch it on Skype together and react together.
You could use the Louis poll.
Yeah.
Because Lewis's head is on a pole right now on the iPad.
I'm going to make clothes for you one of these days.
Oh my
Louis.
God.
Please make me feel like a little scarecrow and put me in the lawn.
Yeah.
Scare off all the birds.
We're going to have a candlelight watching of this.
Hey, Joel.
You just gave me an idea for Halloween,
I'm
Louis.
make it real romantic.
I could sit in the house and put a bowl of candy out there and have the iPad out there, and I could scare the shit out of somebody.
That iPad would be stolen in a second.
That's true. Yeah.
Please
but
only
you
take
know
one.
who stole it.
Yeah.
Well, you get 2 iPads. One iPad is, are you there doing the outside thing? Get another iPad, it can be Amy on top of the roof. And they're sitting there, I mean, go, I'm watching you kids.
Yes.
I can see you.
Yeah. Then you need a bowl of iPads and it says, please only take one.
Do you think anybody ever puts a white van in their driveway on Halloween and puts all the candy in there? Just leaves the door open?
I'm sure many men do it, and not just on Halloween.
Yeah. It'd be a fun way to give out candy.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Or molest some children.
I got beers for the grown-ups. And I got, what is that thing? A peanut butter kiss for the kids.
I got 3-point beer for the adults and a 6-point beer for the kids.
We were just talking about the point beers a couple weeks ago.
Speaking of that, I don't understand that where they have the beers and Jello shots for the parents.
You don't understand it?
No, I get it, but
like on Halloween.
Yeah, it's just
there are a lot of things in this world that Andy's confused
it's
about.
Trashy.
It's I don't want to say it's trashy, but it's trashy.
You know, speaking of Seinfeld, Andy's like even more neurotic Seinfeld that thinks even deeper into stuff than he does. You should do a stand-up routine about this.
It's like I understand that they're not gonna get sloshed around their kids, but
yeah. Well, they might.
Walk in the neighborhood with a Bud Light.
That's what I'm afraid it's going to lead to.
Yeah. Drunk people. They're just walking around the neighborhood.
I'm very alarmist.
You're worried about the kids?
Yes.
Yeah. They should just ban Halloween, right, Andy?
Hey, there's a reason numbers are parents, so fuck the kids.
Fuck them.
Exactly.
All right. We'll move on to the next thing.
Mm-hmm. This week's main attraction is from 2007, based on the comic.
El Muerto.
El Muerto. I'm just trying to remember the name of the author of the comic.
Javier Hernandez, I believe.
Yep, thank you. He had started his own comic imprint back in maybe the 90s, right?
Yeah.
And this was his most popular character, and then Brian Cox made it into a feature film. And Louis and I,
Not the Brian Cox we all know and love.
No, different Brian Cox.
I was going to say, wait a minute.
And Louis and I own the last 2 copies on Earth.
Yeah. If you want to see this, you're shit out of luck.
Yeah. Yeah, unless
you rent it directly from us.
I'll probably give it away as a prize to somebody, a patron.
We need to get Nathan to get Wood of Valderrama to a horror hound.
Just for this?
Yes.
And you hear Will Valderrama's coming to Horror Hound. He's going to wear the El Muerto costume and do photo ops.
This is the last time.
Now you're just playing with my heart.
So, Louis, do you want to talk about this one? Get the synopsis going for us.
Sure. A little kid and an old man get off a coyote train in Mexico. They get lost in the desert, and then the old man does this Aztec ritual and draws a boy and cuts the boy, and they mix their blood. And so it has a prophecy that it'll rain for 3 days, and he'll come in, with his gift. So then go forward about 10 years. He's on Valderrama, and he dresses up as like this dead mariachi. He has a car accident one night for a really weird reason. I mean, he's like driving and he like looks off the side and wah,
basically.
And then he has a dream. He's being sacrificed. He wakes up. It's a year later, and basically he goes through this. He goes to like 85 minutes of like wondering what's going on. Then 5 minutes of a final battle. The end.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty good way of putting it. And there's that great moment in the middle when his white friend explains Dia de los Muertos to all of his Mexican friends.
Oh yeah, well you got the weird looking Billy Drago.
Yeah.
As the old man in the beginning, and that old lady at the end. You got Michael Parks playing every role he ever played, which is a sheriff. You got Tony Plana as the caretaker. You got Maria Conchita Alonso as like a nun in a very small role.
Like one line.
It's actually packed with a lot of famous Hispanic actors that came to the set for 20 minutes, some macaroni and cheese and left.
It wasn't like an all-star cast, really. Like when you look at the movie, it's kind of like, wow, if they had put as much time into telling a story as they did casting this thing.
The thing that this movie could have been really good if it had a better script, a bigger budget, actually a Hispanic director.
Yeah, and if Disney had animated it.
I would also add to that list Wilmer Valderrama, replace him with somebody with a little bit more charisma.
Wilmer Valderrama, he's been great on the 3 seasons. I don't know if you guys watched From Dusk Till Dawn, the series. He was great for 3 seasons on that. He was one of the best parts of the show. And I think Little Ron Marmer was okay. He just had a shitty script, you know?
Yeah.
You're probably right. I will be more forgiving. It was just...
And plus, on top of that, too, that was really early in his career also.
Yeah.
2006, that was like around the time when he just was kind of getting into the groove on that 70s show. He hadn't done anything. This is kind of his way to like expand. It was a little bit more than he could chew, I think. Because you can really tell how many corners they cut on this. And how the story wasn't as like explosive as it should have been. It wasn't as exciting as it should have been. Because it's really just him wandering around town for like 85 minutes.
Yeah. Buying foundation and then but not paying for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know what Andy thinks.
Okay, so Louis, you agree this is not a good movie, right?
It's okay for a straight to video.
Yeah.
Okay, because a lot of times
I give it like a C.
Okay, good. Because a lot of the times you pick these movies for us, and then we're like, God, that was shit. But then we come to do the review with you, and then you have this different perspective of how it was a good movie, and how we just didn't understand it. But I'm just glad that we're on the same page on this one for once.
Yeah, it's like a peace. You guys are like North and South Korea right now.
Aww.
Why don't you guys hold hands and step over the border together?
But don't you agree that sometimes Louis tries to make us think that a bad movie is good?
You mean like The Pest, for instance? I'll pick a booger. I like a booger.
I don't think he's trying to make us think that. I think he's just saying I honestly had a better reaction to it.
Yeah.
Because it's all subjective. But objectively, this was a mess.
Yeah.
A hot mess.
And I like for a second to talk about the fonts at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Those are the cheapest. Those are like the Comic Sans, like they kind of like whenever someone said, "Come to my Disney party."
Yeah.
Is that really cheap, wacky font that really were the most out of place thing in the whole movie.
Yeah, and you almost expected there to be misspellings and typos in the credits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The script felt. Well, okay, the story as told on the screen just felt incomplete and rushed and weird, and it didn't quite fit. And I wonder if that was just because they didn't have a good editor, or I don't fucking know.
The setup was pretty strong.
Yeah, I think it has a lot to do with not only the budget of the film. I'm willing to bet that there's not a lot of the well-known actors in it. I wouldn't be surprised if most of the money went to the actors.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You throw them in there.
Well, there's a problem. I'm sorry, Alice. Yeah.
Even if it's a B movie like this, those actors cost some money, and you just shave off more and more the production costs. So I think a lot of the money went to the actors to get names on the poster.
Didn't you feel like there was a big problem with the writing too, where in a movie, if it's a suit, Sorry, go ahead.
You can tell where they cut corners.
Yeah,
and and elongated a lot of scenes that were a lot like that, like the whole scene with where he's buying makeup.
Yeah,
that part was too long. Walking around the store, the white cashiers making jokes and stuff, and then like the guys chase him down. Hey, he's a shoplifter, get him. Stuff like that. It seemed really extraneous for this character that's like a powerful creature, who's fighting against evil, and you didn't even know it's going to be fighting against evil until like the last 10 minutes,
Yeah, right. You weren't sure what he was doing.
Yeah.
Don't you feel like they needed to establish some sort of villain? I mean, I guess they kind of tried in a roundabout way with the Billy Drago character.
I didn't know who the villain was until the last 10 minutes.
That's what I'm saying, is wouldn't it have helped to know in the first act?
Like Louis said, they cut a lot of corners because of the budget, but I think the script was the biggest problem because there was just too much expository stuff from the character,
but not about anything that's actually necessary to understand what's happening.
Yeah, there was too much explanation from people telling us what was happening, as opposed to the movie showing us.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a couple of good scenes, like when he's with the Testacoatl, Aztec gods there. He's got the skull and the claws. That was really good looking. The makeup was fine. I think that I really think this movie. I know it's a long shot. No one ever having. Just think how great this movie could be remade with a good director like a Rob Rodriguez, or something like that. And with a nice size, it could be a small budget, a budget that's good about small budget about Hollywood standards. This was probably maybe $1 million, but $10 million, $50 million. Filmed at Troublemaker Studios. I think someone who has a good handle on the material, with the history of the material, and the Aztecs and everything, I think it's going to be remade into something really great and really special. But I think this might be the best we're going to get out of it.
If the comic, at least, if it got some traction back, considering Coco, if you look at how popular Coco is, there actually is a market for something like this now.
Right. That
crosses cultures, kids would love a superhero story told in this setting with the Land of the Dead and all the old guys.
The market for the Pixar movie, Disney movie for it.
Right.
Is there a market for live action?
I think there is.
I would like to agree with you, but it needs to be tested still.
Yeah.
I think everybody's talking about how Crazy Rich Asians was a great crossover movie. That's only one. You need more movies to cross over, or else you just have a one-hit wonder,
Yeah, but you got to focus on the one-hit wonder to get the trend started.
Right, exactly.
That's what makes the one-hit wonder so great, is because it wasn't part of an agenda. It was just focus on making a really good movie, And I think and that's true of one-hit wonder songs too.
Oh,
right.
Right?
Look at you.
Don't you think? Don't you think one-eyed, brown-horned, flying purple people?
Yep.
It eats people. Well, this is my point.
That was just a lot of words. was that a sentence?
Itty bitty, itsy bitsy, yellow polka dot bikini. Louis?
Yes. Of course.
The Monster Mash.
A little bit of Monica. So I need to go. Speaking of, we didn't know what the fuck was going on. The only reason I knew there was something weird about Diego's the main character, Wilmer Valderrama. He's in love with this Maria. He met a girl named Maria.
He did.
And her aunt, Billy Drago plays. Is blind.
Blind aunt who she found a week ago in a car crash.
Yes. Okay. So she's just a random character being wheeled around for a little while, and the only reason something weird's going on is because we know what the fuck Billy Drago looks like, and we're like, wait a minute, is Billy Drago playing the old aunt? And then somebody says, literally just out of the blue, "Oh, she's in a car accident. They thought she was dead, but she just showed up a year ago
with a penis."
No,
a week ago or whatever. Yeah, she's been dead for a year, but we thought she was dead, but she just showed back up.
So did this lady have a connection with these people before?
I just like the idea that it's just Billy Drago and drag.
She's the aunt or whatever.
Okay, so
I'm your grandmother.
So she's not some just random lady that showed up hey, I've been dead for a year. Okay.
Hey, let your abuelita make you some cocoa.
I would have been all right if it was Anne Ramsey and brownface.
It's just this one-off line. They move on, and we're spending all this time in this movie. Andy's asking, I'm asking. We're trying to figure out what is he? Is he bad, or is he good, or is he trying to do something bad, or does he need to do something bad and he doesn't want to do the bad thing, or is he supposed to be doing a good thing?
And I was just so distracted as Billy Drago as an old lady that I couldn't focus on anything else.
Yeah,
but to be fair, he makes a really good old lady.
He really did look like an old lady.
He looked like an old lady. So
yeah,
but all I can think of was that's a dude.
Yeah,
and I couldn't. It's not like the plot was explained very well, but it kind of took me out of it.
So, did anybody else feel this movie felt a little bit like Powder? Do you remember Powder?
I didn't think that. I thought it was more like a homegrown version of The Crow or something.
Yeah, but I mean, the touching, the laying of hands bits.
No.
Yeah,
no
he
powder
can
for
heal
you.
people.
Nobody wanted powder. Nobody.
Diego,
nobody
the
going
chosen
nuts?
one, the dead one, El Muerto, can heal people. And Andy's like, why doesn't he just go to the hospital and start healing people?
Yeah, we had this conversation.
True.
Yeah.
Very good, Andy.
Well, like Freddy said, like this, it was supposed to be like the Mexican version of the Justice League or something.
Well, it was supposed to kind of start that. Yeah.
And his superpower is just healing people. Like, is he fighting evil at the same time too, or something?
Well, he has that knife for stabbing.
Was he supposed to be a bad guy and he fought against it?
He has a knife that he throws in a shot of water at the end.
That's right. He did throw it away, didn't he?
But he did it.
And the funny thing is, this film has so many titles: the dead one, El Muerto, the dead one, El Muerto, and the dead one, an American legend.
And then also the El Muerto with cheese because of the metric system.
True.
It was just
El queso, con queso. El Muerto con
confusing.
queso.
Then there was this moment where,
What?
I had a thing I wanted to mention and it just went away.
Well, we were talking about him throwing the knife in the river.
Yeah, was that it?
We talked about him touching people and healing them.
I remember what I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
Because I don't know anything about this. So he thinks it's just like he woke up from his car accident, but he doesn't know he's been dead for a year. And he's walking to, I guess, the party he was on his way to, which is at the cemetery, because it's the Day of the Dead. And he walks in and he's like, who won Best Altar? And I'm like, y'all give out prizes for that shit?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah?
That just seems mean.
It's a big thing, yeah.
That's pretty that's pretty cool then.
It goes on for about 3 or 4 days. It's pretty huge. Yeah, some cemeteries are wherever they're having these celebrations at. They will have prizes for the best ofrenda or the best memorial, what have you. But yeah, that's a very common thing. Yeah.
It just seems kind of mean. Like, what if you lose?
Oh, if you lose.
I know. I understand that I don't understand. It's fine. I'm like, if that's what you want to do. But, like, what if you lose?
I don't get the award for best white person, Amy.
I would win.
So it's like, I guess you don't care about your dead.
Yeah.
You're like, it's an honor just to be nominated.
If you don't do enough, if you don't extra it all the time, then your loved ones are like, motherfuck. Yeah. I am related to a shithead. Mm-hmm. It just gets to my neuroses real hard. I wouldn't be able to participate in such a thing.
What do they give you, like a gift card or something?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about that. It depends.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's one of the things where, like, yes, some people are competitive at it. Let's just do it, and there happens to be prizes. If you win, yay. If not, well, I'm still honoring my dead. So,
yeah.
It really... Yeah.
It kind of makes the whole thing more fun.
It's all about the Subway gift card, Amy.
$5.
Subway?
Ew, Subway, yeah.
Gross.
Wet meat.
The smell of the bread makes me nauseous every time.
you know I can't stand about Subway? If you don't eat it right away, if you wait 20 minutes, how soggy the bread gets.
Yeah, no matter what kind of meat you got or how much sauce is on it or anything.
It's always into some soggy mush in your bag.
Yeah, it's because the meat is gelatinous mess, and as it warms to the room temperature, it melts into the bread.
Let's stop talking.
And pretty soon, you just get a gravy of deli gravy.
Deli gravy.
Yep. And old stale bread.
Sweet, delicious deli gravy marinara sauce.
You got a nice soup.
Ugh. Man, Subway, how'd they get away with serving that to people?
I don't know.
Ugh.
The dead one.
This episode is brought to you by Blimpies.
El Muerto, the dead one.
Real
the dead
sandwich.
one, El Muerto.
You want a real sandwich? Go to Blimpies.
Blimpies. If you're worried about your weight, go to a place called Blimpies.
Are Jersey Mike's around the country? Those are pretty good.
Yeah, those are good.
We're supposed to.
Never been there.
You think you're thinking of, is it Jimmy John's? Who's the big game hunter?
We're supposed to boycott one of them.
Jimmy John's. Yeah.
But he quit. He said he was sorry he did it. He's like, I'm going to put all the dead lions back where I found them.
I do like a Jimmy John's, though.
Yeah.
I feel like
it's pretty good.
I feel like there's not enough Quiznos around because I love their toasted sandwiches.
Quiznos used to have a pastrami, like pickle sandwich thing. That's pretty good.
Quiznos, more like Quiz, yes.
Are there Schlotzkys anymore?
If you're gonna get corned beef here in this area, Izzy's is the way to go.
Oh, okay.
But their bread's not as good as.
Oh my god!
With Pretzel chili.
But they got the best potato pancakes in the city.
But they do. They have the best. You could probably get a Reuben sandwich made with potato pancakes for bread.
Oh my god!
That's rich.
Oh, Louis, you got to get on a plane and get out here.
That sounds like my dream come true.
He just had a stroke.
Come on.
Like being bread with potato pancakes.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Can you get out here? Their potato. They make their. What's that, Louis?
They put like a McGriddle bun in the middle.
Ah, now you're talking. Did you so you tried the pickle slush, huh? Pickle juice slush at Sonic?
I had 2 sips in it and I threw it out.
Yeah. Sounds pretty gross.
Lucky it was like only like 50 cents because it was happy hour.
Yeah.
But that's one nasty thing.
Would you have it, Andy? Because you always have to do you have to order the new thing.
Yeah, why not?
Is it sweet at all, or is it just briny?
No, it's like drinking a big bag of fake pickle juice.
God.
Ew.
Why?
But frozen.
Yeah. Gross. But yeah, come out. We'll get some potato pancakes.
Naturally neon green.
Oof. Naturally.
I just had this image of you getting on a Greyhound in that Midnight Cowboy. Everybody's talking at me, and you ride all the way out here to Cincinnati, and we eat potato pancakes. And then you get back on the bus and you go home.
That'd be the dream come true for me, sir.
That would be awesome.
Is he also a hustler in this?
You also become a gigolo at some point. But their potato pancakes, they make them like funnel cake, so
all
like
right, Freddy.
they're crispy all the way through.
Come on, babe.
Oh man, that's perfect.
Yeah,
and they're the size of your face too.
Yeah, they're huge. Yeah. Oh Jesus, what are you doing?
The dead one.
The dead one.
Not a good one.
That'll be me soon with all the potato pancakes I'm thinking about eating.
You know what's funny? Freddie was peeing in the backyard.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
And then Freddie was like, more like El Muerto, more like El Squirto.
I said you could call me El Squirto because I pissed everywhere.
I just found that cute.
Thank you, Andy.
It was just a weird moment in my life where Fred's just peeing in the background.
Is you guys plumbing not working?
Yeah.
I just am lazy. I don't feel like coming inside. I'm trash, so I'll piss in my yard. My dogs piss in my yard. What's the difference? You know?
Well, your dogs piss in the house. Would you piss in the house then?
If they pissed in the house, I'd piss right on the floor with them. I base everything I do on whether my dog does it or not.
Oh my god, that's a bad thing.
I was eating all the garbage earlier.
I was licking my nuts earlier.
Yeah. What if I could?
Would you though?
I doubt it. You know, guys always say they would suck their own dick, but I don't think I would.
I'll try it just to see if I like it. Then.
Of course you would.
Yeah.
Ron Jeremy could do that.
Okay.
Not currently, but I'm sure. But in his golden age, what do you call it? Heyday. He could suck his own dick.
Okay.
So you could ask him what it's like, and then you don't even have to worry about trying to do it yourself.
I think we all agree that the dead one wasn't very good. So
if you could, get your lips down there, would you do it to yourself?
Next week, what do we got on? What do we got for next week?
Next week, I think it's called "The Man Who Swallowed His Own Penis." Hold on, let me see.
Because guys,
Lewis knows.
How come guys get the question all the time?
Yeah.
Chupacabra versus the Alamo.
Chupacabra versus the Alamo. I'm actually pretty stoked
it's
about
a sci-fi
this.
movie, he said, right?
Lewis, I was such a big Chips fan as a kid.
Let me tell you something. There's two manly men. There's two manly men. Burt Reynolds and Eric Estrada. Burt Reynolds is gone, so we got Eric Estrada left.
Yeah.
That's pure semblance, a pure 70s machismo left.
We gotta protect him.
We can, Quentin Tarantino, whoever, and they need to cast Eric Estrada and get him to be a superstar before it's gone.
I agree with you, actually. I feel like it never made sense to me why he became a B-list actor.
Yeah.
Because, one, this is shallow, but he never lost his looks. Two, he's a good actor when given good material and not, playing up that he's Eric Estrada, because they do that a lot since he had, the B real appeal, I guess. Right. But, I love Eric Estrada. I'll probably take all this back after I watch this movie.
Nah.
And plus, I really heard he's a really nice guy, too.
Yeah.
Not one of those Hollywood jerks.
There's a picture of me on a Chips big wheel somewhere next door. I'm wearing a Chips helmet. I have a Chips helmet. I have the Chips big wheel.
2 days ago.
It was just 2 days ago. I think I'm in my underwear.
We gotta find that, babe. I need that.
Yeah.
The listeners need that.
Man, I wanted on those motorcycles.
That's the happy moment the world needs now.
Mm-hmm.
Amy needs it for a ride into work in the mornings.
I think at the time my uncle lived with us, and he was a lot like Cheech Marin, and he was selling tons of weed and stuff. So every morning I'd get up and he'd have like the kitchen table was covered in weed and he was packaging it and everything. And I didn't know at the time what was happening, I never pieced together. I think the fact that I was riding around on a little police vehicle in the house made him really nervous all the time.
R.I.P.
Kept calling me little pig.
You broke Louis.
And then he spit in my kazoo once too.
Oh God. Okay.
What's the background behind the story?
What do you mean? Why he lived with us?
No, why he spit in your kazoo? Just
to screw with me. I don't think he really spit in it, but I thought he did, so I didn't want to use it anymore. He made it look like he hocked a loogie in it. But he lived with us because he had a mistress.
Was on probation?
Yeah, well, he ran away from home. He left his wife and had a mistress, and she had a kid. And
this uncle's the craziest.
They lived with us for a while. He was in and out of prison a lot when he was younger. He got his shit together eventually.
That's good.
But then he died. So
yeah,
hepatitis will do that.
Yeah. Usually when you're in and out of prison, you got hepatitis.
You gotta get hepatitis. He had someone try to murder him in prison. They dropped weights on his head. So he had a pin holding one of his eyes up.
Crazy.
He had a dent in his head.
He had half a foot.
He also had half a foot because an oil rig fell on his foot when he was working offshore in Louisiana, and it chopped half of his foot off. And he would say, "I've got a foot and a half."
Was he kind of like the bad, black sheep of the family?
Yeah, he was. He wasn't. All of my mom's brothers were in trouble at some point.
Yeah, but
he was the one who was in the most trouble. He was the oldest, and he had a tattoo of a ball and chain on his calf that said "Born to Lose," and then and half a foot.
To be fair, you got that when he was 7, so
yeah, it was foreshadowing. He also had blood poisoning from working at American Greetings. I think it was American Greetings. He got glitter in his blood.
How did you get blood poisoning working at American Greetings? You're at Hallmark.
My mom was always terrified of cards with glitter in them because of that. She didn't like people to give us cards that had glitter on them or in them. She'd be like, "Oh no glitter!" It almost killed my brother.
Those damn animals in American Greetings.
I like to think he came back with like a coal smear face from the a glitter covered face.
He had glitter lung.
Yeah,
he'd cough and there'd be like a sparkle.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Uncle Brent. Amy knew Uncle Brent.
I met him
He's a lot of fun.
Yeah, scares me now to think about. But that's good.
Yeah,
the card mine closed down, and
the card mine.
and Trump's trying to bring it back now.
Yeah.
It's a dead industry, Trump.
Just let it go.
We're going to train everybody how to use Evite and bring the jobs back.
Nobody uses Evite. It's called Facebook Events.
Facebook Events.
Or just texting.
Yeah. Okay. As we do at the end of every show, we say hi to our Beelzebubs from Patreon. We're going to start with our friend Jeremy and then his wonderful wife and also our friend Cassie.
She has a birthday tomorrow.
That's right. Happy birthday. Happy early birthday.
I have a birthday on Friday.
You did. Well, we said happy birthday to you on the Nun thing.
I'm just saying.
And it's also Hanneman's birthday today. Happy birthday, Nathan.
Right. There's too many birthdays.
Louis, did you have a good birthday?
Yeah, it's fine.
You know what that means? That means your parents and Nathan's parents were probably doing it around the same time.
Oh!
I like to think so.
You think
on my way to work in the mornings, I like to think so.
They were at a big sweaty, like Summer of Sam style orgy together.
All right, we're moving on. Amanda!
Hi, Amanda. How you doing?
Dale.
I just keep thinking about Nathan and Louis's parents all hanging out together.
Mandy!
Oh, Mandy. If I had a key party.
Adam!
I'd vroom vroom. Here's some zoomy zoom.
What the hell is wrong with you?
I don't know what's wrong with me today.
What? Brooke,
if you were stuck in traffic, I'd pull up alongside of you.
Would you stop it?
And I would turn up
Inappropriate.
Lover Boys Working for the Weekend rollout on my radio, and I'd roll the windows down.
Yeah. What would you do for Ernest?
Ernie, yeah.
They say you go, everybody jerking for the weekend.
Everybody's jerking for the weekend. Ernie, I would watch you come out of a pool, like Phoebe Cates.
Albert,
it'd be awesome. Albert, we'd meet in the bouncy house together.
Tree and Alex.
You guys, we'd do a hedge maze together, and we'd get lost in each other's eyes.
Brandon Boot.
Oh, Brandon, I'd give you a back rub until you were like jelly. Bill, you'd be putty in my hands, and I would sculpt a vase out of you.
Blake,
is that a romantic gesture? I don't know.
So. Blake, I take you to one of those classes where you drink wine and paint, and then we'd walk home a little bit drunk, like carrying our paintings and laughing about how much fun we had, and how we should do stuff like that more often. We did both.
It's a painting of panties.
We do panty paintings.
Mark,
I would have you come to as a nude model to my other art class, and everyone I know would sketch you.
And finally, Elise,
I would turn you into a statue and break your arms off so people would admire you for the rest of eternity.
Oh,
because you're a real friend.
It's like the Warlock or something. Remember that?
Just like
you turn somebody into a piece of art.
Nothing's more beautiful than an armless woman. That's what art class taught us. Right, Lewis?
Amy, do this.
We got a thumbs up from Lewis.
Put your arms behind your back. They're afraid of moving.
Is this what you're into?
Yeah, homina.
Does that do a thing for you, Fred?
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
All right, well, Lewis, remind the kids where they can find you.
Follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/Louis Fowler, or on Instagram, instagram.com/Louis Fowler78.
Hey, Lewis, if a lady, like a real life Venus de Milo with no arms, like made you a sandwich, she just showed up with a sandwich, did you just eat it, or would you want to know how it got done?
You know what? I'd say don't question miracles.
Yeah.
Just eat a sandwich, then fall in love with her.
Yeah.
How's she carrying it?
Yeah, well, one, I don't know how she's probably under her chin. She's like, guess what, Lewis? I made you something.
So it's a really warm sandwich?
It smells like feet, but don't worry about that.
I smell like feet because it's bread and Cheetos.
She's a sandwich artist at Subway. How does she do it? She puts the hairnet somewhere else.
Freddie, you're in a silly mood.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. We love you.
Bye, y'all.
Thank you.
Frankenstein was wondering if he should go to bed.